All right, guys, we're live. It's Rick Ginn on the Flip with Rick channel. And today we're talking about comping. I'm specifically telling you to stop comping. I'm going to show you how to simply get your offer price. Honestly, this topic is probably more convoluted. And this is where people cross the bridge of wanting to be a realtor. And if you want to be a realtor, I'm just going to tell you, shut this live stream off, because I don't teach you how to be a realtor. I don't tell you to go get your real estate license out of fear, which is all it is. And I'm going to show you how to be a wholesaler. So I am going on 22 years of successfully wholesaling thousands and thousands and thousands of property. And the one thing you've got to understand is I wholesale today. I love what I do. I have a passion for this. And no matter what happens in the market, I always survive in wholesaling. I always thrive. I don't just survive, I thrive. And I want to share with you one of the biggest secrets that is being held from you about comping. So many people want to talk about comping in wholesaling. And honestly, this is where you all get spun. You get in a tailspin. You're trying to figure this out. And let's just bring clarity. Let's shed a light into today. And let me show you how a real wholesaler comps. And you're going to be shocked because most of you do this the complete opposite way. Let me show you how. Let's get into it. So guys, use the comments in the live streams to introduce yourself. Let us know what market you're in. And this is a great place to interact. It's a great place to do JV deals with you. Make sure you vet everybody. But guys, most people come to me at Zach's channel to get the truth about wholesaling. They know I'm not going to spend you with some $5,000, $10,000 package. Listen, I know I'm not popular with the gurus. I don't care. Like, I don't care what others think. I only care what you think. And here's how I know if you're getting great information, you're getting deals. And you guys show us on a daily basis what you've done with freewholesaling.com. Guys, if you're brand new to my channel, do me a favor. Make sure you go over to freewholesaling.com. I put it right here on the bottom for you. I'm not going to hit you over the head. I'm not going to give you a discovery call. Discovery calls are so they can max you out and sell you. And the guy gets 25 to 30% of it on the other side. I don't have a problem with it. I just think, why would you pay for it if you actually get it for free? It doesn't even make sense to me. So, it's always going to be out there. I'm on year 4 of supplying it. I'll be going into year 5. I make it bigger. I make it better every year. And it is up to date to the current standards of 2024. So make sure you check that out. So let's jump into comping. And this is going to be controversial. Let me know in the comments if you have a question about comping. Like, seriously, let's just get this white elephant out of the way. Most of you comp like you're a realtor. How do I know this? Because you spend forever doing it. And here's one fact I've learned in wholesaling when it comes to comping. The longer you comp, the worse you get at it. You know why? Because you're searching. You ever notice that person? I'm not going to, there's a certain name for him. We call him well, I'm not going to say it. I can't say it on there. I try not to use profanity, but you know that friend, or mostly the family members, that ask you a question. You give them the truth on how to fix it, and they don't like it. And you know what they do? They go out and they seek other people and they ask everybody the same question. Why? Because they ask everybody in their family. They ask all your friends and they go, hey, did Jeannie ask you about so-and-so? I'm like, yeah, I told her what to do. She's like, yeah, she asked me too. And she just kept calling everyone. They're going to keep calling. They're going to keep, I'm getting an electrical blitz here. There we go. They're just going to keep calling until they get the answer they're seeking. And that's what most of you are doing in comping. The longer you comp, the more you're at risk. And honestly, you're going to overpay for a property. Comps, if you do them correctly, they guide you to the truth. But the longer you comp, statistically, the longer you spend time comping, the worse you're going to be at it, because you're trying to find a comp to justify your overpriced offer. And I'm telling you, you got to stop it. I've said for the longest time in my career, 10 minutes comps max. I'm down to 2. And I'm going to show you today why it's so important on it. I'm having some electrical issues here. Just deal with it. Oh, why is it blinking? Let me check. just the background. Doesn't make a difference. So here's how we're going to do. So if you've fallen victim to the super long comp, admit it right now. Admit it. Like, let's fix it. So I'm not attacking the guru. I just want to give you the truth, because this is where you got to get like complicated software and you got to like figure this stuff out. I'm here to tell you one of the biggest problems you guys have right off the bat, and I'm just going to spit it out here right now. Ready? Stop comping every lead. I don't know who taught this. Like, who does this crap? Guys, listen, if I get 100 leads and I have to comp each property, and say it takes 10 to 15 minutes on the average for you guys, do the math on that. Do the math on that. What's that come to? I'm no mathematician. I got to use a calculator because I don't believe in that. So if it cost you, say, 15 minutes per lead, that's 1,500 minutes. That's 25 hours. You're willing to give up 25 hours. You know why you want to do it? I'm just going to tell you the truth. I've been in your head. Guys, I've been on the exact same journey you have. I just have more experience. Is the reason you guys want to comp, here's the truth. Actually, put it in the comments. I would love to hear why you think everybody comps. Why do wholesalers feel the need to comp every lead that comes across their desk? Let me know. Put it in the comments. I know the exact answer to this. I want to know who's paying attention, who actually listens to Rick and Zach, and who understands why the philosophy is like this. So it does take a lot of time. So Matt says creative avoidance. It's close. This is all like busy work. Absolutely. This is a great one because we don't want to get on the phone. It's like it's a busy work. They want a yes. So Flaminio is getting really, 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 really close here. They want to make every deal work. One's a realtor. These are just great freaking answers right here. There's one specific reason why you want to comp every lead that comes over. You ready? Quay's real close here. He's real close. He's just about there. There's a one word. They're scared. Yeah. There's one word for this. You, the wholesaler that comps every deal, or for the most, like, I know none of you are all going to like fully admit to this. Jonathan's getting close. You want certainty. I need to know the outcome. Guess what? You're in wholesaling. You don't get that luxury. This is why we're paid proportionately. We don't know the outcome, and we have to go into it thinking just like that. You guys understand this? You're looking for certainty when you comp everything. Stop it. This is not a 9-to-5 job. I did a 9-to-5 job. I was paid for certainty. In this field, there's not a lot of uncertain except your work ethic. And I'm here to tell you, stop comping every lead. If I have 100 leads, I'll comp 3 to 5. That's it. Why? Who gives a crap? Who gives a crap what the property's worth? Am I doing a wholesaling deal? And what? So how do we deal with this, guys? It's real simple. Let's think about this. Oh, why? Hold on. I get somebody in here to fix it. There is one simple way to fix all this. So ignore the back screen. Just stop comping every lead. So what if I gave you the secret spreadsheet for the perfect offer? Number one, who wants it? Put in the comments, go, yes, I want your secret spreadsheet, and I'll give you the offer because I have it. I'm going to put it on my screen and share it here because I'm getting OCD with the screen flashing behind me. But I need to know who wants it. And you guys think I'm not going to X leads. I'm just telling you, I have found the secret sauce out on the internet. So Chris says, hey, that would be amazing. I want the secret spreadsheet. Yes, I want it secret. Okay, guys, I'm going to show it to you. Hold on. Don't go far. So I'm going to put it up in here. Because here's the problem. When I look for this secret spreadsheet, here's the problem I have with it. You ready? Let me put it up here. Guys, do you see this? Does this make you excited? All these different, look at these spreadsheets. I'm not going to go each one on one. This is what your pick of the mirror is for the perfect spreadsheet. I want you to look at this. This is insanity. Look at these numbers. I don't even have to go in. I'm getting OCD looking at this. It freaks me out. If you guys are using spreadsheets like this to figure out what's the perfect offer to your seller, number one, you're massively wasting time. And number two, you're being spun, and you're most likely going to have to buy a guru's course to figure all this crap out. Guys, just look at it. If I went through every one of it, it would take me a couple hours to do everything. And I don't want to do that. And if you appreciate me, I'm going to save you from this mess, because this is the stuff you guys are looking at online. And this is the stuff that absolutely drives me nuts. Does everybody understand that? Who wants a complicated worksheet? If the value's this, then you got to multiply this, and then you got to consider this, and then you got to look at the last 6 months, and then you got to do this. Guess what, guys? If you're doing that, you are being groomed like a realtor. So if you want to be a realtor, keep doing these spreadsheets. You're wasting your time. Your highest and best value as a wholesaler, number one, will always be marketing. And number two is your ability to connect with these people and build rapport. You can master those two. I will show you the money. Like Jerry Maguire says, show me the money. You do not get paid proportionally to do comping and wholesaling. Do you understand that? The two highest skill sets you have is marketing. It's the first thing we teach you over at freewholesaling.com. And then number two, simply, is building rapport with people. Guys, let me put this back up on the screen so you fully understand. Look at this. I don't know about you. I spent years going through all these worksheets. Every guru has a different formula. People have complicated softwares. Throw it out. So let me give you rule number one here. If you got to use a calculator to figure out your offer price, like if you have to try to figure out what to offer them the first time with a calculator, here's a secret. You're overpaying for the property. I promise you are. Every time I've tried to do a calculator, I have over offered on a property. I have learned a lot of valuable lessons. And if you'll just take my wisdom and understand it, this is how I taught Zach how to do it. He didn't know anything about wholesaling. So I taught him the rules of engagement. Marketing, number one. Building rapport is number two. The rest of the stuff is just mathematical equations, guys. And if you understand that, I'll show you how this works. So let's keep going. So if you're taking notes today, don't worry. This is recorded. It's live. I promise you. I love doing live streams because it's how we get information out to people. I don't know why people avoid live streams, because maybe it's the lack of teleprompter. But if you actually do this business and you enjoy it and you love working in the United States, doing live streams to me is probably the most rewarding part. Do I get paid for live streams? Not really. I just do it. It's a public service. That's how I look at it. So now you know not to comp every lead. And now you notice that. Okay. And now that you know, I don't have a secret spreadsheet offer. What do you think the problem is when I put up the word secret spreadsheet offer? What is the key word? I'm training you guys to know that was pretty much a hype comment, because this is what you guys are all like spun. Here's a secret spreadsheet. What is the key word in here that says, oh crap, I'm about to be sold something? What do you think the key word in there is? Put it in the comments. Guys, here it is. Brian has nailed it. There are no secrets in wholesaling. Guys, this has been going on long before I ever started it. I know the modern day gurus tells you they invented everything. They didn't. It's been around forever. Somebody else taught me the secrets, and I just share them. Like, it's just, we're in it. Like back when I started this, they were secrets because there was no platform to share it on. And that's what I love with you guys. I love everybody put the word secret. So when you hear the word secret, I want you to go, uh-oh. Remember, I always teach you, like when I played football, I was a nose tackle and they would let me through when I was inexperienced and I would get leveled by a pulling guard. Well, when you hear the word secret, I want you to kind of brace yourself and go, crap, here it comes. It's coming, guys. I'm telling you. Brian put it right here. There's no secrets. That's the thing is, like, people act like wholesaling's been in the last like 10 years. Guys, it's been around for, according to my math and according to the Smithsonian Institute, 250 years in the United States. And don't even get me going back to like Europe and stuff like that. It's a completely different world. So if we know that, then we know there's no secret spreadsheet. So I'm not going to do this to you guys and make you learn all the crap up here on the screen. It's a joke. It's ridiculous. Everybody has a different interpretation. Why do you think everybody has a different interpretation on how to make the perfect offer? Someone's got to be right, right? So let's go through. I want to go through some simple guidelines, and I promise you before the end of this video, I'll show you how to do it in under 2 minutes. You'll never think about it again. I'll show you how to do it for free, and I'll show those of you that have paid accounts how to do it even simpler. So I'm not going to leave anybody out. I don't have a sale. I don't have a link to selling you anything. Don't worry about that. So number one, when you look at a property as a wholesaler, I want you to look at the as is value. You guys are so focused on ARV, after repaired value, that it throws you way off. It's like, just look at what the property is as is. Why? Because you don't have to do all this complicated stuff. Now, I'm going to show you how to calculate repairs if you don't understand how to do it. But if I walk into a property and I say I see a $250,000 property that needs $50,000 in repair, what is the as-is value? It's $200,000. The as-is value should have the repairs baked into it. It simplifies the process. Now, I get it. Those of you who do virtual wholesaling and you can't see the property and you have to go off pictures, and a lot of times they're wrong and you're surprised, then we have to calculate the rehab, and I will show you in this live stream exactly how to do that. But so many of you are focused on ARV. ARV is a formula used for cash buyers, not wholesalers. I'm sorry, guys. The ARV, this is where you guys start baking the numbers. I look at ARV as like anything that's gravy. So an as is should calculate the current condition of the property. This is how you simplify comps. But then you guys come up with all these mathematical equations. If I do the floors go. So if you don't know how to calculate an as-is value, I'm going to go over the rehab and show you how to do it. I'm not going to do any type of spreadsheet. I'm not going to do any type of complicated math calculators. We are going to do it with a simple chart. Remember, the more you simplify your wholesaling business, the better you're going to do. So let's go over guidelines for a wholesale deal. Because if you don't know the guidelines for a wholesale deal, why would you even comp the property? If you do not consider my guidelines, you're going to waste your time on comping a property. So let's go through the guidelines and then we'll walk through the simple process on how to do a 2-minute comp. Don't worry, guys, it's recorded. I know I talk fast sometimes. Guidelines. Number one, always consider the location of your property. What do you mean? If you're in the middle of nowhere, I don't care what the value it is. It's not a good wholesale deal because it's going to be challenging to sell unless you're really interconnecting that community. You got a cash buyer built in. Now, Rick, I know what you're asking me. How do I know if I'm in the right location? Real simple. Look at the population. A population of 100K or more, I'm fine. Check the box. Why? You're going to have plenty of cash buyers at that level. Some of you do 70, 75. I'm okay with that. 50 gets very, very sketchy. Why? Because it takes a long time to find a cash buyer. Especially if you're doing it virtually, it'll take even longer. So a good guideline for a great wholesale deal is find populations of 100,000 or more where you're farming for your wholesale deals. This will get rid of getting these properties in the middle of nowhere. If you want to get smoking deals, go over to the Dakotas. I could cold call 30 properties and lock up 28 on smoking wholesale deals. Here's the problem. I can't sell them. I might be able to sell 1 or 2 through some hard work, but it's not the desirable place to live. It's not where the cash buyers are seeking properties. And for that reason, if you just follow this guideline about location and population, you don't have to comp properties that aren't even going to make sense. It's literally a waste of time. But I know you guys, some of you guys, you want to comp anything. I bet somebody in here comps their dog, they comp their cat. Like, we have to stop trying to do comparables on everything. Next one, the price point. This is critical. What is the average median price in this market you're working in? If you don't know how to do it, simply Google it. It's very simple. You could also use AI. You can use ChatGPT. You can use BART. It'll spit it out. It'll give you an order of what the average city size median price is from high to low or low to high. It's a great way to do it. Remember, price should be indicative of demand of the area and the quality of the homes. Why do we want to stay at the average median price or below? Because that's where the highest demand is. Do you understand that? If the average United States home right now, I believe it's around 418, 424,000. It moves around every month. That's the average in the United States. Remember, that's the highs and that's the lows. So take your market and do comparable. I like to stay at or below. Why? Because once you get into higher end properties, let me let you know a little bit of a secret. They take longer to move. The numbers will change. I'll go through it with you today, but like, guys, stop looking at multi-million-dollar properties as a beginner wholesaler. It doesn't mean you can't do it. It just means you're not familiar with it and you don't see all the roadblocks that are coming down. The idea is if you stay in blue collar areas where people go to work 9 to 5, they want 2 2s, 3 2s, 4 2s, and it's at the average median price, you'll always have a ton of demand. And if you buy it on a true wholesale number, you won't get stuck with properties. Guys, I've been stuck with more properties over my wholesaling career, and the only times I get stuck with them is when I break my guidelines for a simple wholesale deal. So remember, the first one, once again, population. Next one, average median price. Check, check. Everybody got it? So here's the next part I'm going to do is, instead of doing this ridiculous rehab calculation, I'm gonna calculate the square footage and I'm gonna figure out the flooring and the paint. What are you, a general contractor? You can't be a jack of all trades. So when a guru or anybody who tries to teach you wholesaling, you're in the business of speed. I am not doing 30, 40, 50 minutes of comps. And then rehab, you guys are even worse on the rehab calculators. So I want to come up with an as-is value so I can get an accurate one. Why do I like as-is? Because I don't have to separate pieces. Remember, the more gurus muddy up the waters, the more complicated they make it, the more you feel like you need their help. And that's why you fall victim to these high price, like wholesaling coaching models. It's simplify. The more you simplify, the better you can do things. Think about this. If I want to get anything done and I want to communicate my message clearly, do you know what the best level of communication is in the United States to get a marketing message is? Guys, put it in the comments. What grade level do you think is the most effective to get the greatest brand identity and marketing out? What level do they speak to people? From kindergarten all the way to the doctorate degree in college. What do you think attracts the most people? Put it in the comments, because I had a hard time believing this, but it's true. And honestly, I've adapted my message to simplify wholesaling, because I feel most gurus try to make it complicated, because now you need a master. You need what do they call them? Well, a guru. Yeah, you need a guru to guide you through it because it's so complicated. It's a little bit more than, Steve hit it right on the head. 5th grade. Did you know that Apple, Google, all of them, when they go to market their products, it's always at a 5th grade level? Now, I know that is kind of embarrassing in our country. Like, in a way, it kind of hurts, but it's the truth. 5th grade it is. 5th grade it is. So I've learned, now I don't dumb things down for you guys. I'm just here to tell you is I don't over talk. When I first started working with people and teaching people wholesaling, I talked over their heads. I made huge mistakes. Why do we talk over? Why do you think people try to talk over your heads? Put it in the comments. What do you think the number one reason why people try to talk over you? It's done every day. Even Mike, the guy who takes care of my commercial building, he constantly tries to talk over my head. Tells me how complicated the maintenance on the building is. And here's what I say. I go, dude, dumb it down to like third grade. It's like, tell me what you need to get this job done. Keep in mind, I'm extremely handy man. I grew up in a house without a male figure in it. Like, I know how to fix crap because I wanted to help mom out. So, what was I saying? So then my ADHD kicked in. So now I got to reverse. We talked about keeping it simple, ego, narcissism. Why do people talk over your head? These are all correct answers. So sound smarter is number one. Ego, narcissism. So, I'm going to have to mostly go with ego. Let's go back to Rico's. It's ego. It just makes you feel superior. It makes you feel significant. And if he's dumber than I am like powerful. This is my challenge in the entire wholesale teaching space. Listen, let me go on record. Okay. You guys think all I do is bash crews? I don't. I've just had a lot of negative experiences in it. And I don't follow that cult mentality because you guys in the end are the ones that need the most help. I give any teacher, let's just call it teacher. I don't like the word guru at all. I think it's actually a religious connotation. Anyone who'll get on the phone and do live cold callings, like live, not to real estate agents. You don't get credit for calling real estate agents because that is not direct to seller. But I give a lot of credit because it takes guts and it shows they practice what they preach. I'm not going to go as far as endorsing everyone, but I'm just saying I give them credit. Like they're putting it out there. That's what we need more of it. We need to get rid of teleprompters. We need to get rid of calling real estate agents. And you need to practice what you preach. If you're telling me to go out and call these motivated sellers, why don't you show me how it's done? Because you got to be the master at it. Zach's better at it than me. I'm the first to tell you, I'm not a cold caller. I do it, though, because that's what needs to get done. Do I like doing it? No. I admit it to you. I don't sit here and hide behind it. But it's not scary to me. It's not intimidating. It's just annoying. So in the beginning, I was horrified and scared, to be truthful. Now it's just annoying. So you got to define which one it is. So I love the comments because you guys giving the feedback. So I'm not like, nobody thinks they're losing their mind on here and they understand how that works. So people talk over you to feel empowered. And I'm always going to, it's not that I'm smarter than anyone else. Honestly, I bet 90% of you would crush me in an IQ test. But when it comes to outworking me, there's very few that will do it. Like I am my own worst critic, just like all you are. And I want you to understand that. So, okay, let's get back to it. So we talked about what level we have to give communication on. So let's talk about how we do it. So if you got to figure out rehab and you got stuck and they didn't disclose the rehab, let's simplify this. Do not spend hours on these. Ready for this? Do not spend hours on these complicated worksheets. It's embarrassing that we have to what are you, like a financial analyst? Remember, we are just seeking out leads, period. You can get down to like the nitty gritty analysis when you're under the contract. But in the beginning, you're better off seeking out people and writing contracts. So get rid of that and replace it with this. So let me get that off there. This is a simple guide me and Zach have come up with. We update it every year. I don't update it every day. I don't update it every week like these worksheets do, these complicated Excel spreadsheets, because it's not going to help you. So this is the left-hand side, light, rehab, medium, heavy, and square footage. It is just a ballpark. It is not exact. I'm making quick decisions so I can calculate the correct offer to give to my seller. So I can figure out what the as is price for that property so I can make an educated offer. I don't have time to calculate worksheets and do all that stuff. When I get down and get to the final contract and they accept it, then I will do a formal underwriting. So if I have, guys, listen, if I have 100 leads, I'm going to walk through it. So if I have, say, a medium rehab, what's a medium rehab? I always base things on time. A light rehab is 30 days or less. A medium rehab is 60 to 90 days, and a heavy rehab is going to be 91 days to 365 days. Remember, we're not doing the rehab, but we have to calculate. Are we ever going to nail this number right? You're never going to nail it right. So why do you waste your time doing it? Do this calculation. It's simple. It's in freewholesaling.com. Go over there. It's 100% free. I don't have an upgrade for you. It's that simple. So you can screenshot it here or go over to freewholesaling.com. This is recorded. Don't worry about it. Which would you rather do, this one or that one? I feel like I'm at the eye doctor. You want this one or that one? Is this a little better or is that a little bit better? I mean, come on, guys. Like, you ever go to the eye doctor? I got really bad eyes. I wear contacts, and like, is this a little bit better, or is it the same? If you say it's the same, dude, just end the live stream. I can't help you. Okay, everybody knows how to calculate simple repairs. Like, don't overcomplicate it. You don't have time. If you want to get exact repairs, go see a general contractor. But remember, you don't have to do anything until you get it under contract. If I'm working 100 leads, I got 5 that have motivation, 3 I write a contract, maybe 1 or 2 will be accepted. Why spend all that time on 100 underwriting guidelines, comping, rehab? Stop it. Oh my gosh. Okay. So let's keep moving here because I want to get to the meat and potatoes on this. So guys, remember, we have to understand how to do these numbers. So now that we know how to do that, so now we already have the guidelines. That's the guidelines. It's simple. Let me go back over the guidelines. Population, average median price, quick rehab. Don't do math. Just use a chart. So our job as wholesalers, once in the beginning, our job in marketing to potential sellers is what? What is the number one thing we are seeking? Let me know in the comments. I want to know, what are we seeking? I'm like that annoying teacher that says, you know, when, like, I was the guy who would like fall asleep in the back of the room, like, leave me alone. And they go, hey, Rick, hey, Ricky. I know people are from high school when they call me Ricky, because that was just my name. You know, like, we didn't have a lot of control over what people called us. They say, hey, Ricky. They say, what are we seeking when a wholesaler's trying to, like, what is our goal in wholesaling? What type of customers are we seeking? And you got to get this right, because if you don't get this right, you're in problem. So bingo. Chris says it right there. And Chris is smart. He's got his phone number in there. Why don't you all give Chris a phone call, maybe do a JV deal with you? I love participation. There goes my ADHD again. Guys, if you got ADHD, wholesaling is perfect for you, because it's an intense focus, and I love going deep on stuff. So that's it, guys. We are seeking motivation. Seek motivation first. Now, I believe all the gurus and coaches actually have this right. They believe that too. Now, the next part is going to be what separates the people that actually really do wholesaling and understand how this business works versus the course sellers. So we're going to pivot. So we all agree on this fundamental philosophy. But I sound like the current election. I have a plan. No, I actually have 22 years experience to document exactly what I'm teaching you. I'm not just lip servicing you. You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, I don't get into politics. I just say, I have a plan. Where the hell's the plan been? I haven't seen it yet. So I'm going to give you a disclaimer right now. So if we know we're seeking motivation first, the question is, how do we do it? I'm different. I'm telling you, if you do it the way most gurus teach you wholesaling, I know you're going to get killed. I've watched the history. I've watched the tremendous failure rate, 95%, not my number, their number. And here it is, guys. Read this line. Stop trying to lowball spreadsheet offers to seek motivation. It doesn't work. You see, because when I do this, I'm just crunching numbers. And if I'm only crunching numbers, and I'm trying to use my offer to find out if my seller's motivated, what does that make me as a wholesaler? Put it in the comments. Please, no foul language. I won't put it up there. What does that make me as a wholesaler if I use sheets like this? If I use sheets like this and I do these fancy calculations and I spit out 1,000 offers, what does that make me? What does that make me? Let's look in the comments, see who comes up with it. And that doesn't make you a slacker. No, I don't. LASIK. I don't think I'm a little too old for that. It makes you a nerd. It's okay. A slow hole, like we're getting there. I tell you what, I love these comments, but like I'm looking for. So I tell you guys, me and Zach teach a certain technique to work with people. A realtor is actually damn close. Realtor, real estate agent, very close. Guru, realtor. I love it. But guess what? I've used the words before. Here's what it is. You ready? It makes me transactional. So let me ask you, in wholesaling, how far do you think you're going to get being a transactional wholesaler versus someone who builds rapport with your sellers? Guys, listen, if it was just transactional, I would just go around and it's like working at McDonald's, no pun intended with it. But do I want the number 1, number 2, or 3? I don't need you. That's why they have computers at McDonald's to do your orders. And if you want to do that and you want to be transactional and you want to use this method to do it, and you're being taught by a guru, mechanically, it's correct. It's not going to work low. You'll probably have to make, in my opinion, 1,000 offers. You can even get 1 or 2 to scrape the iceberg. Guys, I'd rather beat my head against the wall. I'd rather watch paint dry than do that stuff. The numbers are stacked against you doing this way. Does everybody understand that? So please read this statement right here. Stop trying to lowball spreadsheet offers to seek motivation. It doesn't work. And this is taught time after time. Back in the day, it kind of worked. I won't lie to you, but it's a long time ago, 20 plus years ago. If you think that a spreadsheet is going to do the wholesale work for you and seek the motivation, you're doing this business wrong. Okay. So let's find out how to try to do it. Hold on one second. I got to clear something here. Let me get somebody out. Hold on. Does everybody understand that? So if we're not going to use these spreadsheets, you want to look at my method. So here's what happens when you make offers like this, lowball offers without rapport. It's got a guru course written all over. It's got spreadsheets written all over it. It's not going to work. You know why? You ready, guys? Lowball offers are transactional. Do the work. Specifically, when you take a lowball offer and you use a spreadsheet, you are nothing more than acting like a realtor, in my opinion. And honestly, you're a low-level realtor at that opinion. My own wife's a licensed broker, so I'm not here to that's not a pun intended on realtors, but when you're a wholesaler and you think you can just write offers and walk away, do you really think it's going to work? Like, honestly, deep down, like, think about this. If I thought it was that simple, I'd just write lowball offers all day and I'd never talk to anybody. You're transactional. Transactional means you're going to be replaced with AI or a computer in the very near future if you haven't already been replaced with them. Does everybody understand? It makes sense. Lowball offers are transactional. So here's my rule. Stop using a spreadsheet to seek motivation. Stop using a formal offer to get your motivation. Dude, think about, let me get this straight. You had to figure out the comp. You probably wasted an hour doing it. Let's be honest. Then you spend another 45 minutes talking to all your contractor friends, trying to figure out, you're doing calculations. You're Googling the average cost per square foot to put down flooring. And then you're figuring all that out. And then you put this in. And then let me get this straight. You're going to write an entire contract without even talking to someone to find out if they're motivated. I mean, come on, guys. This is right out of guru land. This is terrible stuff. This stuff worked long time ago. It doesn't work anymore. If I thought it worked, I would put it in freewholesaling.com and I would give it to you. But because I give you the course free, number one, I have to give you the best, most updated current information that works. And I have to do stuff so you actually guys have success so you can come back and do deals with me. So I have to put my best foot forward. Why do you think any other guru won't share their course with you till you paid them? They want to be protected. Why? Maybe they don't believe in their own products. I don't know. Why not? Why not give everybody a 30-day free trial of all your coursework? That would level the playing field with everybody, but I don't think it's going to happen. I just think people listen, they have the right to do it. I don't have a problem with it. I'm just giving you guys options. If the market needs fixing, I'm here to do it. You have choices. Stop using a spreadsheet or a contract to seek out a seller's motivation. It's never going to work. If you don't think that, try it and get back to me. Let me know who sends out like 1,000 offers a week and how many do you get back? So Josh puts on here, on the initial qualification call, it seems hard to build rapport when they're asking up front if they're interested in selling. So Josh, here's what you need to do. Go over to freewholesaling.com and I teach you specifically how to deal with this transaction. And I'm only doing this to save time. But the problem is you have to figure out how to come over that objection of if they asking up front if they're interested in selling. And it seems hard to build a rapport when asking up front if they're interested in selling. So remember, if they're asking if they're interested, is just a disqualification question. It's not a qualifying question. It is not a rapport building technique. So if you understand that, yes, you got to filter out, hey, are you the owner of 123 US Street? Are you interested in selling your property? If they want to move forward, that's when you have to go through the MCTP and have an open conversation with them. Go over to freewholesaling.com. But Josh, and I do love the questions. I think it's smart. Remember, guys, you're going to get rejected more than you're accepted. If you can't handle that, get out the door. I don't hide behind a course to do all that stuff. Okay, we're getting to it. I love the question. So you got to make a decision. I've already pointed you out the problem. We all agree. I've never met anybody in wholesaling that did not agree. You always seek motivation first. Here's where we pivot from it. How do we do it? I don't do it with spreadsheets. I don't do it with blind offers. It's purely transactional. And transactional makes you a realtor. It makes you disposable, and nobody really needs to work with you. Now, you will catch a few like that, but you won't last. You'll most likely drown in your own debt of time and wasted energy. So if we know that, you got a choice. It's rapport versus the transactional wholesaler. You know which one I am. Make a choice. If you're purely transactional, do me a favor. Go get your real estate license and go follow all the gurus. And they all say, you got to get your real estate license to show them that you're just a very serious wholesaler. That makes no sense. I might as well go get my GC license while I'm at it too. Why not get my psychology license? Why not get a doctor's license? Why not get a social worker's license? Let's cover all the areas and check the boxes. It's ridiculous, guys. It makes no sense. 9 times out of 10, when someone tells you to get a real estate license, they're a licensed realtor. It's like going to the butcher and ask, should I be a vegan today? What do you think the butcher's going to say? I guarantee you the butcher goes, that's the dumbest idea I've ever heard in my life. Now, I like my meat. I'm okay with my greens, but it is what it is. So make a choice right now, because now we're going to move forward. If you want to join me on the rapport building side, wholesaler, I'm not going to guarantee if you do the work, it's like you're going to blow it out of the park. But this transactional crap you guys are learning, it's ridiculous. Transactional is when you just automate and just send stuff and you don't talk to anybody. It doesn't work. And more kids are gravitating towards that. And I'm just telling you, they're going to be more entrenched in the trying to work 2 and 3 jobs just to survive to pay their rent. So let's do this. Let's just simplify your wholesale business. Who wants to simplify their wholesale business? Remember, 5th grade level, guys. It's easy for me. I remember the 5th grade like it was yesterday. I actually enjoyed the 5th grade. It was middle school. It's where the train wreck usually happens in life going forward, but that's how life works. So We want to simplify your wholesale business. So, number one, lose your guru's complicated spreadsheets. You guys are literally going to spend 30 minutes in that spreadsheet. You're going to have to understand it. And then they're going to tell you something changed. You got to come back in. You got to update the course. You got to pay another fee to be into the community. Ridiculous. I have never, ever promoted spreadsheets with anybody I've ever worked with. Do we need spreadsheets when we get one under contract and we're done? Yes. That's a deep dive underwriting. Remember, guys, if I have 100 leads, I need to find the 2 or 3 that want to work with me. You are not going to find them by trying to seek their motivation out by using a complicated spreadsheet or a blind offer. It's ridiculous. So let me ask you, what do you think is the one thing that handicaps you guys more than anything that you're taught industry-wide in the wholesaling business when you make your offers? What is the one thing you all try to do? It's a formula. But there's an acronym. It's a 3-letter acronym. And this thing should just be killed. It needs to be just like put to bed, and it screws you guys over horribly. What is the 3-letter acronym you all go for? Like, you got to figure out this because that's how you make your offer. Here we go. We're going to hit William up. He hit it first. Wait, where'd he go? You guys are fast. My God. William says MAO as much of all you others. MAO. And I have some acronyms I could use for MAO. So MAO, someone put in the comments and tell everybody what MAO stands for. Please. Because this, honestly, right up there with ARV. It's confusing as hell. Like, what the heck does MAO mean? MAO. I love that one. So somebody put MAD allowable offer. Mark got it right at maximum allowable of offer. Here's what I call it, ready? Many annoying offers, because that's what you guys do. The MAO, my acronym for it is many annoying offers, because here's the problem, guys. I want you to think about this. I was going to do a visual. I don't want to take up too much time doing it. If you have your MAO over here, and then you have where Rick is over here. So what happens if I make an offer at my MAO and the seller says, no, but you can come up over here? Guess what? You have to chase your seller. You're never going to figure it out. So guys, you're doing it. The reason, so let me ask you, so now we're on to something. Now that we know why you guys are targeted towards MAO, why do you think you lean so much to try to get MAO? And I'll give you a hint. It's the same answer to the question I asked in the beginning of the live stream. Why are you guys so apt to get close as you can to your MAO? Why do you do that as a wholesaler? Please let me know. Please let me know in the comments. Bingo. To get a yes. God, it feels good to get a yes, doesn't it? What if I told you a yes is going to turn into a hell of a lot of no's? I can prove it. Who wants me to prove it? I'm here to tell you Isaiah's right. It's comfortable. It gets a yes from the seller. And you know what? Chris is being brutally honest because we're afraid of getting no. And I'm here to tell you, man, I'm all about the Stoic philosophy in wholesaling because you guys need the truth. Stop it. Like, stop playing realtor. If you want to get a yes right off the bat, this is not asking out your high school sweetheart. We're well past that point. The reason why you guys do it is you want certainty. You want to know you're going to get the yes. Guess what? Dude, Mark's got it nailed here. He listens to me. What if I told you to do the complete opposite? Oh my God. But Rick and Zach, you guys giving away wholesaling for free. It's every guru told me it's never going to work. You're committing suicide. It's crazy what you're doing. Where are they now? Where are they now? I can't find anybody else in the wholesaling community. The wholesaling community. Like, give the people the truth. Stop using transactional methods to seek out motivation. Use your brain. Use your ability to connect with people. Guys, you have to use go for no. because the only reason you're using the MAO, the many annoying offers, is because you want to get an instant yes. You want the gratification. Suck it up, get the hard conversation out of the way, and just go for it. Guess what, guys? Lose your MAO. It's killing you. What do we replace MAO with? And now I know who's really following and understands how me and Zach educate you with the truth. If you're not going to use your MAO, what are you going to use? I'm waiting. Just spell it out. We're going to have fun with this. Boom. Chris just nails it on that. Dude, Chris, man, he's going to get a lot of phone calls today. It's LAO, guys. It's LAO. What the hell is LAO? Please, somebody put it in the comments. What does LAO stand for? Because this is definitely a Rickinism. This is something me and Zach founded on it. Juan's got it nailed right there. Your least, lowest or least, it'll work. It'll work. Jason knows me well. Jason's one of my business partners. We own a home together. And by the way, we got to talk this week, Jason. So I think, by the way, everything went forward with our Georgia deal. And that is going to be closed out, I believe, the first week in October. So good news. We're going to be able to wrap the whole deal down. We'll hopefully do that land deal and wrap it up with it. So, and by the way, Jason started with me in freewholesaling.com, and now he's an amazing business partner, and he has a thriving business and just a fun guy to work with. So we'll share more about that stuff. But guys, think about this. Lose your MAO. Okay. Learn your LAO. So how do we do your LAO? Damn, we're getting down to it, aren't we, man? I love this because remember, we have to simplify this. I'm not here to make this complicated. I don't have a paywall for you guys to get behind. So I like Wizard of Oz. You know, he's behind the screen. I don't have it. Every guru has the screen. It's called their paywall. You got to get by because they don't trust you. Guess what? You're trying to figure out if you trust me and Zach. And the only way I can show you loyalty and trust is give you the truth. I'm like that father that's a pain in your ass, or that uncle that just told you the truth. I wish I had that person in my life. And that's why I do this. Do I do this to annoy you? No, I don't. If they just stop doing what they do, it'd be no problem. If everybody just helped everybody out. But because I don't help the gurus out, I'm like ground zero target. By the way, I think I gave a pretty good compliment to gurus that actually go on air and use their telephone skills and call sellers live. I think it's amazing. I think they're worth paying attention to. How's that? They're not all bad. Oh, I'm too big and bad to do that. Dude, 22 years, I make phone calls. I do it every freaking day. So let's do go for no, because here's how it works. Okay. Go for no, simple. I'm going to teach you just the basic mechanics of it. If you want to learn more about it, go to freewholesaling.com. But it's real simple. Hold on. Let me show it to you here. Where did I do it? Okay. I'm going to put the free wholesaling banner on the bottom so you guys know where to find everything. So look at this. Building rapport plus go for no will yield you a subconscious counter offer from your seller. Do you understand that? Now, do you think I do go for no because I love to see you guys struggle and squirm and freak out and get butterflies in your stomach? But it's what's needed to be done. The problem is you can use your voice and your mind to do this, or you can try a spreadsheet or a piece of paper. Which do you think a seller is going to gravitate towards? I will crush anyone who just makes offers all day and runs a spreadsheet. The most important element in wholesaling is the person. It's not the real estate. Yes, you've got to know the numbers. Don't get me wrong. But in the beginning, I'm trying to seek out people that need to sell their house. Put in the comments, who am I trying to avoid in wholesaling? People, I'm only looking for people that need to sell their house. What type of people are we avoiding that I don't want to talk to? Now I'm going to get them, but I'm going to get them off the phone as fast as possible or whenever I'm in person. Let me know in the comments there. Bingo. People who want to sell their house. They're 98% of the time a waste of time. So in the beginning, if you're trying to find deals, buying a course to go on MLS to talk to real estate agents will keep you super busy. And if you like to feel busy and you like to give people big paychecks up front, Do it. I promise you, you're going to come back to me. I promise you. I'm not saying it doesn't work. It's not going to work as a beginner. And some people will get lucky, and that will be the testimonials you'll see. But most of them are going to get killed. It's the absolute truth. So let's keep going here. We're getting to a point here. So do you understand? If we use go for no and we build rapport with people and get to know them, it works. Listen to me, guys. Go for no without the techniques me and Zach teach, it's a waste of time. Meaning, if I never met you and go, listen, you got a $300,000 house, I go, you take $100,000 for it? Click, delete, ban, block, you're done. Now, go for no is we teach you how to build the rapport skills up over at freewholesaling.com, teach you how to have conversations with people. We teach you how to connect with them. And once you get that connection, our job is to help the sellers get out of their own way. We deal with a lot of problem properties. I've sat in properties. I've seen the sun shining through with it. I've seen bugs crawling everywhere. And they're like, no, we're fine. I'm like, you're not fine. I'm thinking in my head, you're on the pre-foreclosure list. You haven't paid the taxes in God knows how long. And the repairs are terrible. And you're on every code violation list. You are like the ultimate list stacker. And you're telling me everything's fine. You guys know family members like that, friends are even worse. Our job is to help these people out. And how do we help them? We listen to them. It's the greatest guy. This right here, guys, if you could use this in wholesaling, if I could sell this for $100,000, I would, because it's the greatest tool you have in wholesaling. It's not your spreadsheets. It's not your software. It's right here. Also, lose your ego and you'll do amazing things. Okay, so let's do this. Save time, stop comping up front. Does everybody understand that? I can't be any clearer. Stop comping up front. That's the biggest thing you're going to walk out of here today with. You have to understand that. So if you understand you don't comp up front, don't waste your time. If I have 100 people, 3 to 5 engage me, like they're people that need to sell their house. And from there, I'm going to use the go for no method. Now I got 5 on the board. You ain't closing all 5. This is not your car's dealership. Okay. We're not going to sell everybody who walks in the door. We are going to help people out. As Mark says, 2 ears, 1 mouth. God had it right. And if humankind would just follow this advice alone, we could change like the world, but I can only change them one at a time. Okay. So let's keep going here. So now that we know that, stop. I'm going to get a shirt that says stop comping. It's like, guys, that's what realtors, realtors comp every property, and somehow it got mixed up in wholesaling. Like, I'm not even going to do it. So there is a need for real estate agents to work with wholesalers, especially with the change in the commission structure, but I'm here to tell you guys. So stop comping up front. So let's get into it. Here's my 2-minute comp. Don't blink. So first of all, if you're doing it for free and you got no money, let me ask you this. What site do you think your sellers go to figure out the value of their house? Put it in the comments. What site do our sellers go to figure out their home values? I don't want 5. If you had to bet, and you had to bet one site, what would it be? Not that I'm promoting this site, but you can't avoid it. Bingo. You guys got it. It's Zillow. So go to Zillow. So let me ask you, if I have a property on Zillow and I know the MAO is like a waste of my time, and most of you, listen, what percentage you guys think your MAO is? Like what is the percentage you pretty much all focus on? Put it in the comments. This is really a participant. I feel like I'm in class and I'm like calling it out, but like there's a reason for it. If I can just change one person on this live stream, I'm ecstatic to the moon. Now, okay, Renee, it can't be 50, 70. Remember, it's your maximum allowable offer. Maximum allowable offer. What do you think the maximum allowable offer that most realtors put in there? Okay, let's just cut to the chase here. I think Eric's pretty close. Probably 75 to 80. So if you know that, if you know you can't go past 75 or 80 roughly, and remember, on the lower end properties, you have to stick to the lower number. On a higher end properties, you have to increase the number because this is how percentages work. Remember, I'm trying to keep this fifth grade level. And remember, that's me talking up to myself because I have ADHD. But seriously, you have to understand if your maximal hour says 80%, which is most of where you guys wind up, let's face it, some of you 85, you're not going to get anywhere at 85. But the problem is if I offer 76, 77%, and they say no, where the hell are you going to go from there? So you are basically going to take a guess on one shot. The reason is you're trying to get into the seller's head and figure out exactly what they want to get for that property. It's not going to work. I don't have ESP. I've never met anyone who can get inside the seller's head. If they did, you'd be like filthy rich. But stop trying to guess for your seller. You guys feel so bad for your seller. You're trying to pull the number out of their head and you're trying to guess. So stop guessing. Using the go for no method will get the guess and get you the exact number they're thinking in their head and allow you to play with something. Go for no will teach you how to do a fast negotiation without all the haggle, because let's face it, a lot of you don't have the experience in negotiating. And so to save yourself from your own problems, use the go for no method. So if your maximal hour is offer is 80, for some of you 85, then we need to have another talk. Why would you offer 75, 70? Where are you going to go with it? There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go. So stop doing it. You guys understand that? Stop doing it. So let's do this. Let's do a real live example. Hopefully YouTube will not shut me down. That's why I save it till the end. Somebody give me an address and let's figure out what to make an offer on it. How's that? Who wants the comp and address? So listen, number one, first of all, the free way to do this, guys, the absolute free way is just take your Zillow value. I'm going to be honest with you. Zillow is probably the most accurate of them all. Now you can go to Trulia, you can go to Redfin, you can go to realtor.com. You're going to get a 5 to 10% variance. Save your time. Just go to Zillow, pick the number, multiply it by 60%, and then you work with your sellers that have passed the qualification process, meaning it's the right population, the right average median price. You get me? This is when you go for no. Build amazing rapport and then just offer them 60%. Why? I expect them to say no. But the whole point of the go for no is to get a subconscious reaction to them and have them chase you a little bit. It will reaffirm their motivation to sell the property. A piece of paper is never going to do it. It has to come from your lips. I always do a verbal offer. I will always follow it up with a written offer, but why waste time comping, pricing out rehab and doing it? So, okay, I'm picking a random one here. Denise, if you don't mind, hopefully this is nobody's personal house, but I'm going to take that off there so we don't get in trouble. And let's do it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go inside in XLeads and show you how to do it. And this is a problem me and Zach have simplified. So if I don't want you using spreadsheets, I don't want you doing complicated formulas, and I don't want you writing ridiculous offers, let's find a way we can just do it on there. So I'm going to, hopefully you guys can see. Let me move me over here. How do I slide down on this thing? Okay, cool. Let me jump in here, and I have got to write the address down because I'm not that quick. So Denise, am I okay running this address? I'm not going to get you in trouble or anything, right? Hopefully not. So let me know. We're in Akron, Ohio. So you can do the manual way, guys. The manual way works just fine. Like, honestly, it's never been easier to figure out how to make an offer with someone. You don't need all these complicated spreadsheets. So what I'm going to do is go in here and I am going to spit in an address. Here's what I'm going to do just for some privacy. because I don't want to get banned by YouTube. That is on the extreme low side. That's going to be between 62 and 65%. It is now an absolutely no brainer. Did I hit the mute button? Hold on. Let's see. Test, test, test. Okay. Can you guys hear me now? Okay, good. So let me get this off the screen here. When I pop this up, you'll see in X Leads what me and Zach were just adamant about. I go, just give people like the bottom line number. This is a number you actually shoot for. You can actually go a little bit above it. But if you get it at this number in the as is value, you will never spend, in my opinion, more than a minute doing a comp. So if I'm brand new to wholesaling, listen, you can use the Zillow method. It works fine. If you don't have money, that's what I prefer you to do. But if you have some money, take a look at X Leads. Check this out. Bingo, right there. It is all on there for you. 55,840. That is your offer. Does anybody confused about that? And guys, that is on the extreme low side. We have built in the LAO inside of X Leads, so you don't have to do complicated spreadsheets. You don't have to buy expensive courses. You just get down the brass tacks. Now, when I'm getting close, say that, Janice, say they came in at $62,000. Now we're going to go in and do a more formal underwriting. But what I'm trying to do is save you guys the pain of painful underwriting where people don't understand how to do it. And it drives me nuts. We are wholesalers. Let me ask you this once again in the comments. What are the 2 highest skill sets you can have as a wholesaler? End of story. And then there'll be one more we add to it to wrap it up as you get experience. Put in the comments, what are the 2 highest skill sets you can have as a wholesaler? Please let me know. Guys, I listen, when I tell you X Leads is designed for wholesalers, I'm brutal about it. I want to give you a number. You have no idea what we have coming down the pipeline in this. This is just the basics. Me and Zach work every day with developers, with our team, and we're like, if we want it, I know you need it. If we want it, you need it. It's just going to be my new slogan on my t-shirt. So right here, this is perfect. Jelson's nailed it. Building rapport and marketing. You have to master these 2 things. Mastering comping and mastering spreadsheets and mastering rehab sheets will make you dead broke, but very busy. Remember, let me ask you this. What does busy mean? Put it in the comments. What does the word busy mean in wholesaling? I know a lot of busy people and that I'm familiar with. I won't do business with them. What does busy mean to you? When someone goes, I'm so busy, I haven't even had time to sit down today. What does that mean? If I'm busy, I'm what? Boom. I'm broke. Code words. After a while, after you do business long enough, I just hear code. When you're busy, it means you're doing a bunch of nonsense crap that just keeps your mind busy. And it distracts you and procrastinates you from doing what truly a stoic wholesaler would do, which is get on that damn phone and dial to their fingers, just like until like the little Geico guy where he's got to massage your fingers. That's what I need you guys to do. If you do the hard stuff up front, wholesaling becomes a lot easier. But in order for people to sell you wholesaling courses, they got to make it seem super easy up front. And that's where most of you are falling victim. If you're tired of doing that, do me a favor, go over to freewholesaling.com. I will put it up here in black and white so you can't screw it up. And guys, it is up to you. If you truly want to learn how to do this business, we take it all away from you. Freewholesaling.com on the bottom. So if you guys have some questions specific to what we're talking about today, or really anything wholesaling, I'm going to take some time, answer a few questions, and we will jump on this. And just as a reminder, guys, coming up in October, we have the Escape the Matrix event. It's going to be in sunny Florida, in Orlando, October 23rd and 24th. If you want to come out and if you enjoyed today's content and you really want to deep dive into wholesaling, number one, start at freewholesaling.com. I'm not looking to, I need you to grasp the concept of what we're teaching. Number two, if you want to take it to the next level and you're really you're serious and committed about it, I don't have a $10,000 coaching program. I apologize. I do have a way to work with me free. And if you go over to flipwithrick.com, check out flipwithrickplus.com. This is a community we've built. It's incredible. And the value is much more than me and Zach. It's the people that we've taught along the way that actually do deals. I partner up with a lot of these people and we do joint ventures. We're all about creating partnerships within it. If you want to check that out, we go live 4 times a week. We do DMs. Me and Zach right now, just so you know, we are on air 6 days a week, running multiple wholesaling businesses and connecting with you guys. We have hired some great team members and we're expanding, and we find a lot of the people inside of Flip with Rick Plus. It's amazing. But if you want to come out, we have a good time there. Here's a warning, guys. We only talk about wholesaling. I'm not going to give you like dancers on stage. I don't have a DJ. We do go to dinner. We have some fun time outside of work, but like my focus is my interaction with you. Everything else, in my opinion, is a flat out distraction. Sorry, life's short. I want to be present. So when I'm there, I give you guys 14 hours of like just me and Zach raw. And we try to answer every question. And then what I love is people come to the event and we work on marketing plans. We do role playing. We work on technologies. Like whatever your focus is, that's what we want to help you out with. So make sure you check it out. If you're going to be in Orlando, that'd be great. You got to be a Flip with Rick Plus member. How do I join? Flip with Rick Plus. Come check it out. It's really cool. And I like any other coaching program. Like I promise you the down payment's going to be more than the entire cost of my entire year. And remember, if I do a JV deal with you, which I do with a lot of the people, you get in for free. Period. We give you 1 year from the time you do it. So I'm telling you, I'm going to give you my best content. I'm just going to give you more me and Zach, but you can get everything you want from freewholesaling.com. If you want to spend a little bit more time with it, we don't do one-on-one coaching. We don't believe in it. It doesn't work. I've been in this business 22 years. Anyone tells you one-on-one coaching, run for the hills. You don't need that in wholesaling. It doesn't make sense. That means the person has too much time on their hands and they're probably not doing a lot of deals. It's just the truth. There's no way I could do that. But if you want to do it, go for it. I just don't think you're going to get the value that you think that's in it. Not just my opinion. It's pretty much industry wide. And most people are on the money grab when they do on the one-on-one. So check that out. So let's see here. Let's answer some questions. And so Remy says, hey, can we buy tickets? Go to Flip with Rick Plus. And that's how you register for it. And we actually close it off right before the event because we're getting, I don't say like, sign up now. There's only 4 seats left. You guys know that? Does anybody like that one? There's only 4 seats left. It's a very limited opportunity. I have a seating capacity of 250 people. That's it. I'll let you know when I get there. I'm not quite there yet. I do have some room, but we do have to cut off a head counts because I have to pay people. We also bring some swag, pretty cool stuff. We like to surprise people. So listen, if you're going to register, so in Flip with Rick, you get 2 live events a year. That's the really cool part. I don't charge you a $500 or $1,000 upgrade. It's all part of it. So I don't know where else you can get everything else we offer at Flip with Rick Plus. My goal is to make you guys a better wholesaler. So check it out there. So no drinks. I'll buy you a seltzer. Oh, dude, I gave up drinking years ago. It doesn't fit me. I'm not a hypocrite, but I got to be on this earth. I got to be as focused as much as I humanly possibly can. So that's my goal. So if you want to cheers with me, I'll drink a seltzer. You drink whatever you want. I'll even buy it for you if you go. How's that? So, let's see here. Let's see. Remy, yes, we do fire damaged homes. You just got to make sure you get a very good deal on them. So, congratulations, Jonathan. He made a choice 13 years ago. And guys, once again, I am never here to preach to anybody. I only talk about wholesaling. I share little tidbits of my life because I think sometimes you get to know people personally. It is value, and it helps to get to know like the type of people on it. So to me, I love wholesaling. I don't care how you get in it. I don't care if a guru brought you in it. My goal is to get you to a deal. Now, what's the threshold for being a great wholesaler? Great question. get 5 deals done, I'm telling you, you can shoot to the moon in this. Most people struggle to get the 5 deals because they quit. So here's a little tip. To protect yourself from failing, don't quit. That's my secret. So, let's see. So guys, everybody understands in X Leads, you just go in there and it gives you the LAO wholesale price. So just shoot for that number. You don't have to overthink it. Now, the only time you have to change that number is when there's significant repairs and you didn't foresee them and put it in your as-is value. Then you just got to adjust. Remember, guys, we put them on a contract. We have an inspection period. You have a due diligence period. That's when you do formal underwriting. That's when you actually use your software. Feel free to whip out a simple spreadsheet, and then you can calculate and see if you need to adjust your offer. But honestly, it's based on the feedback of your cash buyers. That is the ultimate dictator of if you're going to adjust the price. It can't be a spreadsheet. It can't be the realtor's market. And guys, I will come back and do a detailed video on doing underwriting of a property you have under contract. That's a whole different ball of wax. That's when you do have to spend 15, 20 minutes and go deep into the weeds on it. But it's actually not complicated. I prefer to do X Leads because I can do it within 10 minutes. But remember, the comp rule will never change with me. 2 minutes up front. That's it. So if I have 100 leads, 5 want to work with me, 5 times 2 is 10 minutes. That's all I've invested in it. I am not paid by the hour. You're not paid by the minute. So why would you give it up so haphazardly? Well, Guru told me to do it this way. Huh? Go look at the Guru's last 5 deals. Go ask for a Hudge. Tell them to share it with you. It's going to be a ghost town. There's some that actually do it, but for the most part, most of them are talking. How do I find a guru that's not really doing wholesaling? It's when they want to do one-on-one coaching with you. I know that's going to be a dirty secret out there. It is the truth, though. Give me any guru that does one-on-one, unless you're paying like 150 grand, because that would be the value of a good guru's time. Guru, actually a wholesaler, forget guru. So, okay, guys, let's see what else we got here. What did I miss today? So let's hit this one. I love these questions. So I'm new. Thanks for the education. How do we handle the proof of funds? Number one, go over to freewholesaling.com. We tell you how to overcome this objection. You're never going to lie to someone. Listen, if you're dead broke, you have no money, and you can't even do EMD, the last thing I want you to do is writing reckless contracts that aren't going to stick. So a couple things. If you're not qualified, meaning you don't have, you can't get a basic letter, you can go to a hard money lender. You can find a soft money lender, which we teach you on how to do. Or you can just go to your cash buyers and get their proof of funds, ask permission for it, and you can use that because they're basically going to wind up being your partner in the deal in a way. So I teach techniques just like that over in freewholesaling.com. You just need to know how to deal with it. The problem is if you don't have the education and it comes up, it can cost you a great deal. And that's the last thing I want you to do. Can you do a live on MLS wholesaling? Yeah, here it is. Don't do it. Guys, you're going to have to put in thousands of offers to even get a shot at one. Think about this. I'm not saying there's not deals on the MLS, but let me ask you this. It's like, have you ever searched to buy a brand new car? You usually go through the dealerships or you do some online capacity, right? So if I go and I'm only looking at like brand new Teslas, do I expect to find old, used, beat up Teslas with a problem on their site? No. Occasionally one will pop up, but you have to be so super lucky and like you have to like be on the system the entire time. And that's the challenge. I don't want new wholesalers starting out on MLS because number one, the realtors don't like you. Number two, you're going to struggle with the EMD. They're all going to want 1 to 3% down. And number three, they're all going to want a proof of funds. Oh, and the last one, they don't want you to do assignable contracts. They're going to make sure, and they're also going to control the title company, usually in most cases. That alone will take you out as a new wholesaler. It's just the truth. I'm not saying you can't do it. You're better off going to direct the seller off market properties, that people that need to sell their house versus people that want to sell their house. Does that make sense? So Gaetano knows, dude. Gaetano works for me at Flip with Rick Plus. I could me and him have some brutal conversations. I love the guy, but I am like that father that just you kind of wish you had in wholesaling. Wholesaling. Guys, I have kids too. Obviously I do, but we have to be better in life and just telling people the truth to get what we want. You can't fix a problem if you don't know the truth. And the problem is, here the problem is, us wholesalers were such good marketers. It's your number one gift, like in essence. But some people use that gift just to do the course sales. And I don't agree with it. And I'll debate anybody publicly, offline, online, whatever they want to do, is just give them the truth. Tell them it's going to be hard work. Tell them you've got to build amazing rapport. You got to make a ton of offers. You got to get a ton of leads, and you got to find people that need to sell their house versus people want to sell their house. Oh, and why don't we throw in and sprinkle in? Why don't we just learn to be authentic? God knows it's refreshing. You can help people educate and be authentic. These cheesy salesmen, nobody wants it. Listen, guys, here's the truth. Nobody trusts anybody online. I know that. Hell, I don't either. So I have to do the opposite of what most of the crap's done out there. I just got to tell you the way it is. And some of it's painful. I've lost people in Flip with Rick Bliss because I told them the truth. But sometimes the truth hurts. I'm the first to admit it. But remember, you can't fix a problem if you can't recognize the truth. So guys, if you want to go out and be great wholesalers, do me a favor. Go over to freewholesaling.com. It is the place to be. I get you started. I promise you there's no additional cost on it. And you can get going. So guys, listen, if you enjoyed today, do me a favor. Just hit the subscribe button and share this video with other people so they can find out that they don't get caught in comp hell. God knows I've been there. I did about 90 days into it for a while. If you're in there, I'm going to let you out on probation on one condition, the 2-minute comp rule. Stop being transactional. Learn to build rapport. And guys, I enjoy this. Guys, if you're with Flip with Rick Plus, give me 3 or 4 minutes. I will hop on with you there. And I hope to see most of you guys in Orlando. Man, I had a blast doing this stream, man. Guys, come back. Make sure you subscribe. I enjoy you guys. Love you. See you soon.